Okay, the first thing you might want to do is under View, go under Display Performance and hit High Quality Display, and that'll bring the image up a little clearer for yourself. Then in the layers, I have this section on layer 18, so you want to create a new layer and give it a page title. Hit OK. And as you look at the text and the layout and the color, you're trying to minimize it down to just a couple fonts of Times and Helvetica. So just to do this text box here, you're just going to take the text tool, click it across, and under the type, go to where it says, where you can fill with placeholder text. And if you remember from before, using a couple of styles under these parts, cells, character, and paragraph styles, this part popped open. And this was saved as Times. When Times goes through it, just select all of the text and click on it, and it'll fit the bill as far as putting all the sections for the type. In this case, I'm going to bring up the character palette, which shows the font as well as the type style that's listed in here. So when you highlight this, this is going to be the font that you'd want to use. So clicking on this, Times or Helvetica, here's Times right here. So it'll keep it laid out right into that side there. Anything that's extra in this text box, I'm just going to go type and fill with placeholder text, and it does the same option. So when you click on this, this is the part. And you can double click on these pieces to edit them, and that'll give you the font, keeping it at Times all the way through. Click OK, and that's what this one is right here. So that's your copy. So when you go through the next part, you can easily place that on there. Just zooming in down at the bottom, you'll see, and I just hide the background text, there's what they call a glyph, which is the red section, the red dot at the bottom there. So just kind of zooming into this section here, highlighting this part of the text, taking that out, and just Option 8 is going to give you this glyph where you can highlight it, and under the swatches color, go ahead and change that to red. Okay, so that gives you Command minus just to zoom out. So you can't really read the text, but you just kind of see it as it's a placeholder section only. So that's the segment for that part. Under the layers, just kind of bring this section back. To do the next section, we'll just kind of zoom down into the footer. And this is the text for the page. Just creating a text box right beneath it, typing it in. And as you go beyond, a little red box with a plus sign, and it tells you that the text is a little overset. So inside here, this is at 12 point, just kind of reducing it down to fit. And the other font is going to be Helvetica. So right now, while this is highlighted, I can change that. It'll set it to the copy, and I can still modify that part. As soon as I modify it, it puts a plus sign after it, so I can make another one if necessary. So this part is all in Helvetica. So while this is highlighted, clicking down here and just going to Helvetica regular, and you can see that it's set up to that particular point. So just using the space bar, cutting this across, highlighting it, and changing this down here to 217. This one right here is going to be a bold font, so Helvetica, just go to bold. So that sets this piece into place. Just hold the space bar, move the hand tool, and zoom out. And now I have this section up here. Again, the colors using the Eyedropper tool, when you click on a color, it'll show up in the screen, and in your swatches, just add it to it, and it'll add that color to that page. So if I want to take the Eyedropper tool again and just click on the green for this section right here, that'll also set that piece there. Just make sure nothing is selected on the text side. Okay. So now, taking the text tool, making a text box, and begin to type in So here it is. This is the subheading. So just going to go from here, click on it to make it Helvetica, and increase the point size. So this one, I'm actually going to use this a little bit larger, regular, make this bold. You can kind of see it's a little bit too big, so just reduce the point size, and that gives you that section. Then from sibling to gold, you can go ahead and pick on the green text, and this will be your subheading. So while that's highlighted, I'm going to click on a new one and just give it the title of subhead, so I can use that for later. Okay. The next one is taking this part by Karen and Cal. And this again, this is just at times. So I'm going to click on this one, go to times, and click on the green. So now I have this part, and this text box can be tightened up just a little bit to set for that section, and you can use the arrow keys to help you and tighten up the text box. The next section has two columns for text, so I'm just going to take the text tool, create one column, type, fill with placeholder text, select all of it, and just click on the times, and now it has that particular font listed in there. And there's two ways to do this. I just shorten this up to show you. This is the plus sign. So I'm just going to click another text box over here for the flow over. Click on this one to extend this one a little bit. And go ahead and click inside and fill with placeholder text. So now it's filling everything up there. There's the font that it is. And just taking a look at the top, it's having is what's going to be the first word. So I'm going to hide the background layer and take the text tool and just put having, just to use this and highlight this part. So this is going to be Helvetica as well, and just make this bold, and there you have it. So the next part is you have the character paragraph styles character, and you increase this as a window. So we'll go into paragraph, and this is the part that you have. So this is giving you two sections above this for just that H. And so now you have having is showing that back piece right there. So just kind of instigating that piece. Same idea for the end of this one. Option 8 is going to set this glyph and just highlight that to turn it red. And you have that piece. Okay. Last part is the photograph. But take a look at the background here. You have one more text piece to bring. Just kind of zoom into it. Hold the space bar down. This is the byline. So I'm just going to type this in. So it's kind of hidden in there, but just select all of it. Take a look at the font of Helvetica and just go into the point size and minimize this down. And as you click on the outside corner, you can rotate it with the shift key to place it into the spot there. And arrow key that across. So now the last part is just putting in the photograph with the text box behind it. So when you see this, you'll take the rectangle tool, just click till it matches that text box, goes to the midpoint. It's going to be in the bleed section of this piece right here, and it'll be just this light color right there. Just go to Object Arrange, Send to Back, and there you have it. You can also object and hide this in order to place the photograph into the picture there. When you place the picture, just paste it right into there, rescale it, resize it, and it'll bleed right off to the side there. Once you have it, just go ahead and save it. Make sure that you have the object show all on the spread. Okay, turn off the background layer, save your file, and then just go to File, Export, and when you locate the place that you'll export this into page 18 right here, make sure it says Print down at the bottom, save this part, and you just want to make sure that page 18 is written on this part and you'll have it exported.